This video is made for adult collectors. Collectors? That's not how you say that word. This video is made for adult collectors because Top Gun is older than me. No real fancy intro this time. Just Happy New Year, because it's, you know, it's the new year. Sadness. I've never experienced this mold before, but holiday savings plus the no tax thing in Canada made me finally give this a shot. And it's, yeah, I get it now. I get it. It isn't a horrible toy by any means. It's just got a lot of those early crossover figure problems. I got this on recommendation from a friend because he genuinely likes this. So I was peer pressured into buying this. Pain. This is Maverick, and I'm gonna start in jet mode because crossover toy, and it's a nice ass jet. The colors suck, but the actual mold of the jet is really swish. Its undercarriage is manageable and not Silverbolt or Seeker egregious, and it has all the panel lines and parts of a jet you'd want to be sculpted in. And it's very sleek, and it just looks so much like something I'd see in real life. Shame about the fit though. The fit and finish of this jet is not the greatest. This panel at the top here never likes lining up on mine. Underneath, the leg panels refuse to stay closed, and if you look at the jet from a top-down point of view, notice the wing on the right has a slightly larger gap between it and the tail fin than the one on the left. Yeah, that's about as far as the wing goes down, and it's just this off gap. It's very weird. It's such a nothing issue, like it doesn't matter, but it is something weird that I just wanted to point out. He has a nice size though, coming in at like larger Voyager to small leader in length, and the wings can hinge out to make a larger wingspan. He also comes with a motorbike. That's cool. Again, I've never seen the movie, but I know what this means. It looks a lot like the RC bike model they used for Revenge of the Fallen. It's just kind of funny to me. There is also a version of this that comes with a volleyball, but this release does not, so I don't have it. He has weapons in this mode too, and they don't really like sitting in the 5mm ports. They get really loose, so that's fun. I'm having mango orange juice while I do this. Excuse me. Maverick. His transformation is very interesting, actually. I don't think I've seen a jet former, like a modern jet former, do stuff like this. And there's like a little bit of automorph in it. It's pretty neat. So to start with, we're going to remove, it falls off. We're going to remove all the weapons. Then we're going to fold landing gear up and then take this nose cone section and just fold that up for now. Then we are going to disconnect the legs. So they tab into the sides right here and here. So we're just going to come in here and unpeg those and then split it from the back because it pegs into this panel. So you take that off, and that you can swing the whole thing down, and then it's going to come and peg into the back here, and then the nose cone's going to come up and sort of like hold it in place. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold these back, flip this up, take a sip of our juice, and then bring down his little heel spur pieces, bring out toes. Kind of hard to get my own fingers in here because they're bigger than the slot. Oh, that hurts. That actually does hurt. Why are there tab slots right next to that? Like my pinky's been dented. Give me your missile. Okay, that fell on the floor. Combiner Wars Superion gun is too big for this. Swiss Army knife. Come on. There we go. Put the blade away. Fold that down, and then there we have legs. We did it. After much struggle and a painful pinky. Wow, that actually left like a big mark. Ow, that hurt. All right, next we're gonna take the arms and you're gonna unpeg them from there. This will fold up and just snap into the back. Then you wanna rotate this section around and then rotate this section around, then fold out the arms and just bring them down for now. We'll fix the arms later. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this whole, well, first take these, fold them up, then take this whole section, bring it down and accordion it in, and then the shoulders are going to sort of lock into the upper part of the body here and keep the whole thing in place. Just get it all nice and lined up. Then you take this panel, flip it down, fold the head down, and it's going to seat itself. Bring the shoulder pads up and then fold out the hands. And make sure everything sort of sits properly and in place at the back here, because this does peg into all of this to try and hold it together. And when you did all that, notice these bits kind of folded out by themselves. That's a little bit of automorph. But there you have Maverick in his robot mode. If you want to, you can flare these out a bit more if you want to have that look, but I personally like them down. That's a problem we'll talk about later. It's a very unique Jet transformation that also kind of feels a little bit like this. He looks very Macross though, like very Macross. So Macross, there are stickers to turn him into a Macross. But I do like the look of this robot mode. Again, the colors are just poo. I get what they were trying to do, but it did not stick the landing. I dig the head though. I like the pilot's helmet with the nice tampograph on it with the word Maverick, the red and white stripes. It's a shame though that's really the only color on this thing. There is so much in the way of sculpting that gets lost because of that lack of color. It eats all the details away and you can barely see any of it unless you're holding it right up to your face, and it leaves the robot looking a bit uninteresting. Not to mention the way his limbs are done. He looks very skinny and slender, which I guess makes sense for the fact that he turns into a very flat aerodynamic jet, but the legs just look like poles. There is no definition in the knee or the hip, and it sort of just mushes together to make this one stick, and it's very visually uninteresting to me. And then there are the tolerances. The hips do not like staying tabbed in no matter how hard I try. The actual hip joints are incredibly loose on my copy, and his biceps are super tight, so I feel like I'm gonna break them when I use them. Most of this is fixable, but like, it kind of isn't great. He can hold his guns and the missiles go on his back all Nitro Zeus-like, but yeah, it's just uninteresting to me. Yes, I own one of these sealed. Yes, please, Hasbro, make a new one, please and thank you. I almost just crushed the box doing that. Anyways, Maverick's articulation. Oh, there he goes. Maverick's articulation is fine, but not fantastic. Will you stay pegged together for crying out loud? It's not fantastic. I wish it was better. Given the time when this came out, like the originally, I can still kind of see this getting away with the lack of a waist or weirdness in some of the joints, but like for today's day and age where we're getting stuff like this, I wish this was a little bit better. So the head is on a ball joint by the feel of it, though it doesn't really look up that far or down that far, but it can look left and right. These shoulders, they can do a full 360. The wings do get in the way of that, but that's fine. They go out that far, and you gotta flick the shoulder pad up. It has that really tight bicep swivel. That's as far as I'm gonna go, but it could probably do a whole 360. You got a full single jointed bend at the elbow. That's quite nice. And I wasn't expecting this, but he does have wrist swivels. That's really cool. Nothing at the waist. Hips can go forward that far. They can go back that far. They can go out, and as you saw, they're quite loose. He does have thigh rotation, which clicks in at the front. So it like stops itself on both sides, and the waist just came unpegged again. He does have 90 degrees of bend at the knee, at the pipe bend, and then you have ankle tilt that tilts about that far. Like it doesn't go that far. That's it. That's all you get. Not fantastic. It's not great. You can't get him looking really cool. I found like there's poses that I would put a jet guy in that don't really work unless you grab a flight stand. Mine's broken, but if you grab a flight stand, you can stop it. You can plug it into the back and he can do like first movie concept art Starscream stuff because of the way his legs are. But yeah, he can't really. Oh, and then the wings can open and close. But again, can't really do much interesting. So yeah, Maverick. I mean, if you're gonna pair him with the Toy Hack set or add color to it or whatever, and you get a better QC copy, then this thing is pretty neat. But I really can't recommend it because I just don't enjoy it. It's a thing I now own that will stay on in Macross mode on my shelf. I'll get the Toy Hacks for it, and then it'll just live there forever. I probably won't touch it. The whole figure just kind of feels But that's my look at Transformers Top Gun Maverick. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.